What is up, my boys, and maybe my girls, depending on who's in the chat? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday night Q&A. How's everyone doing up there? What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Chris? What's up, JL Sports Talk? Sean, what's up? What's up, Venus? What's up, Pete? What's up, other Pete? Pete Ramirez, and then the other Pete. What's up, everybody? Let a bunch of people get in the chat. What's up, Jared Fins Fan 1? Quentin. Left Magic Sosa. What's up, my boys? So we're just going to chat. I'm going to hang out for about an hour. We're going to, you guys can ask me questions, whether it's about yesterday's video about Brian Flores being on the hot seat, which I don't think he was if you went back and watched that video. We can talk about Tua. We could talk about Xavien Howard's contract. We can talk about whatever you want. What did Brendan say? What's up, Doug? Who do you think will be the best player for us? I think it's going to be someone on the defensive line. I really do think it's going to be someone on the defensive line. Is it Phillips? Is it Agba? Is it someone there? I think that's where a lot of our success is going to come from. It's going to come from the trenches. Please start with our new coach since Flores is gone after this year. You know how much. Do you know how much crap? Let me see. Let me go back and look. Do you know how much crap I got for that video? 26 dislikes. Might be one of my highest disliked videos. And I didn't even like that title. Everyone, not everyone, but a few people called it clickbait and all that stuff for that video. I was just reacting to an article that put Brian Flores on the hot seat, which makes no sense that he was on the hot seat. But some people got bothered by it. Cypher, did you watch Reason's video? What are your thoughts on it? I caught some of it, and some of the things he said, him and EM were talking, really, I was like, wow. You know, he was getting some inside source text messages and stuff, and it makes you think. We'll see how it all pans out, but it made me think. Doug, I think you worry too much about your haters. You have a ton. Just ignore them. You're a solid man. Thank you, owner. I don't worry about them. I laugh it off. I just think it's funny because it's funny to me. It really is. Hey, Doug. Good Sunday night to you from South Florida. What's up, Doug? Anytime a player demands more money, he is done. X is not worth the money. Trade him away. I wouldn't say X isn't worth the money. The amount of interceptions he's gotten for the limited times he's played, he has shown that he is worth the money. And even some people say, well, that's because he had Byron Jones on the other side. Byron Jones wasn't on the other side when in 2018, I think it was, where he had 7 interceptions. Shout out to Go to Villa, like Tua Tagovailoa, Go to Vailoa, for becoming one of the new members. Shout you out, brother. It's too high a risk. I agree with that. I wouldn't say he's not worth it, but I do agree that the risk of him potentially getting injured again would really hurt. If they did give him a big fat contract right now. What did the Rage Dolphin? DDW, I'm not worried about Flores. Every company has some kind of power struggle at the top. It all depends if it's true or not with Brian Flores. Because we heard a lot of that stuff, and it really all depends if it's true. Like, is it true that, I'm trying to remember what reason reported on, it's very interesting, and I'm not saying it's not true, but we don't know that Stephen Ross is like, we're going to stick with Tua, just leave it alone, all that stuff. We'll see if it's true or not. What's up, Vic? How you doing, brother? I wish we had some more details about how far apart they are. Yeah, we don't know. We'll never know. I think Brian Flores is all right. Plain and simple. I'm not worried about it. What is the tailgate food of choice this coming awesome season? So excited to see us. For me, it's always like pepperoni and stuff, buffalo wings, anything barbecued. I don't really give a crap. JL Sports Talk. Hey, Doug, do you think it's Chan Gailey's fault to make Josh Rosen look bad? Because for me, I think that O-line was meant for Rosen. Either I felt bad for Josh Rosen. So let me. I don't think Chan Gailey was our offensive coordinator when Josh Rosen was there, unless you're talking about in training camp. You know, do you think it's Chan Gailey's fault to make Josh Rosen look bad? Because for me, I think that O-line wasn't meant for Rosen. I think Chan Gailey was brought in to help out Ryan Fitzpatrick. They worked together with so many years, 5-6 years. I think that Chan Gailey was brought in for Ryan Fitzpatrick to help him to help win. So, yeah. Dawson been asking this question over and over and over and over again. Best sophomore for Dolphins? What do you mean? Like best sophomore player? What do you what do you mean? Just over and over. Doug, who's going to be our most valuable / least valuable offensive weapon? Most valuable, I would say. It's funny because I think, you're saying weapon. All right, to me, the offensive line is always incredibly important. Most valuable weapon. I'm going to say Fuller. I think Will Fuller is going to be our most valuable. And our least valuable, probably one of the running backs, unfortunately. Maybe like Malcolm Brown or something. I think they'll be the least valuable when it comes to the weapons. But imagine if we had brought Brady in, it would have been betrayal and disloyalty. And at its best to do that to a former coach you worked for, it's like dating your best friend's ex-wife. I don't think the Dolphins ever really had interest in bringing in Brady. They were going in a completely different direction. So to bring in Brady would be a complete 180 of what they were doing with bringing in the younger guys, building up around that stuff, all that stuff. Do you think Phillips will be a bust or success? I'm not gonna say 100% success, but I do think he's leaning towards more of a success than a bust. It's hot up here in New Jersey today. Don't mind me chugging my giant thing of water. Got this at Costco. It's a lot of water in here. Let me see what else. Is it too late to draft Humphreys? Yes. Unfortunately, it is too late to draft Humphreys. What's your max on paying X? I would just add guaranteed money. I wouldn't change the amount of his contract. I would just make more of it guaranteed in the next year or two. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one tomorrow. It's going to be 95 here tomorrow. I might melt. I'm not going outside. You think we could make a midseason trade for center if Skura doesn't work out? And if so, who? Sorry for asking a ton. Don't be sorry for asking a ton of questions. That's the whole point of this live stream. I'm hearing good things from Skura. I'm hearing good things before his injury for Skura. Shelby says, yeah, it's water. It is water. I haven't drank in 8 years. I don't know. It depends, because then they have to learn the whole cadence of the offense and all that stuff. So I don't know if they would trade. They probably would see what Dieter or Jesse Davis could do at center before they made that move to make a trade. And also depend on where the trajectory of the team was at that time. Yeah. At least your question is getting answered. Ronnie, my bad, Ronnie. Did I miss your question? Here we go. No, we're going to win cornerback number 2 spot. I'm hearing really good things from Noah. Really, really good things from Noah. I I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but it all depends on what happens with Howard. I wouldn't be surprised if Noah is our starting slot corner. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Hey, Doug, are we running the Alabama offense? Recently read articles on, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. You guys can say it. The offensive coordinator for the that used to be in Alabama. This offense could be exciting. I'm hearing a mixture of things. I'm hearing that they are running Alabama style offense to predicate more to what Tua is comfortable with more involving Waddle, and then the play style that they have, because they have these speedy receivers that you can run slants with. You can get the ball out quick, go routes, all this stuff, RPOs, stuff that Tua is comfortable running. I'm hearing that, Brian Flores wanted to run more up-tempo stuff. Chan Gailey didn't. And you saw it. You saw when Tua was his most comfortable was when the Dolphins were running that up-tempo stuff, because every time it was before the half, we always got some type of points, whether it was 3 points or whatever. I always felt like we're going to get some type of points before the half. And that's because they would go into that 2-minute offense and running that quick offense and at least get to the other side of the field to kick a field goal. Tua is comfortable in that up-tempo offense, and that also could be due to the fact that the defense didn't have enough time to do mess with him with the 2 single high safeties and all that stuff. How many games you gonna pick your wife to go to this year? 2. 1 in New Jersey and 1 in Florida. 2. We'll see if I can get to both. You've been a big inspiration to me. I'm starting my YouTube channel. What do you recommend for a beginner? Have fun. Don't take it too seriously. There's been so many days where I let some comments get to me. I let some people get to me, and it ruins my day. It really does. And I stopped doing that a long time ago, because if you let that happen, you're not having fun anymore. And then you don't want to do it. You don't want to sit down, make a video, do all the research for the video, all that stuff. So to number one, have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Just have fun. Be dedicated, but also be consistent. If you want your channel to be successful, you have to be consistent. If you guys notice, I do like a minimum of 3 videos a week. You got to be consistent, because people then will start to depend on you. And then all of a sudden, hey, Doug's going to, this is going to happen. I'm waiting for Doug's video, or this is going to happen. And there's Doug's video. I knew he was going to do it. You got to be consistent. But most importantly, just have fun with it. Right now, I'm talking to a camera. Yes, there's 218 people in here. Be sure to hit that like button. But mostly, I'm talking just when I shoot my videos, I'm just sitting there talking to a camera. A lot of people get nervous thinking that they're talking to people. You're just talking to a camera. Yeah, I flub up. Don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun. Hope I answered your question. I hope I helped you with that. What had you more excited, Miami Miracle or Fitz throw versus the Raiders last year? Miami Miracle. Because I didn't see it coming. With the throw, you saw Matt Collins kind of get open. So a lot of times when I watch football, I don't really look at the quarterback. I kind of look at the routes that are going and stuff. So I saw that Matt Collins was getting open, and I was like, wow, he's wide open. And then I saw the ball get thrown. I didn't even notice the face mask because, again, I wasn't looking at Fitz. So I kind of saw it coming with the Miami Miracle. I did not see that coming with 7 seconds left. Did not see that coming. Doug, have you checked out Garrett Doak's channel? He had a video of all the rookies hanging out on a boat. Pretty cool. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to see if I can try to get Garrett Doak's on the channel. If you guys know, I talked to Patrick Laird. I'd like to get another like thought and another side of all that stuff from him. What's up, Tommy? What's your next jersey buy? I don't buy active players' jerseys for the simple fact that they could be gone very soon. I don't buy jerseys. I haven't for a long time. They cost a lot of money, but probably Jason Taylor. I really want to get a Jason Taylor jersey in green, not the green that we have now, the like aqua green that they had back in 2002, 2003. Yeah. What did you say? Please learn how to pronounce players' names. Hey, I would say 90% of the time I get them right. And then it's the 10% of the time people get butt hurt and tell me I say their names wrong. Just make sure you pronounce his name right. It's pronounced Jared. Did I say Jared Dokes? I'm going to purposely, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to purposely pronounce their names wrong so I can see everyone get all bent out of shape. Doug, any Gazicki contract news? No, it's been super, super quiet on the contract front. I think that the next guy that they're going to take care of, if they're going to take care of anybody, is Emmanuel Ogba. I think he's the next guy in line. You know, they did Jerome Baker. I think it's Ogba. I think potentially either Gazicki, Surprise, or Smythe. I think it'd be one of them. I said Garrett. All right. Whatever. And then I think Xavien Howard is on the bottom. So, yeah. Do you regret we didn't draft Sewell, or is there a one-on-one player you regret we didn't draft? We'll see. We'll see if I regret that they didn't draft Sewell, because we'll see how Austin Jackson does. If Austin Jackson has another struggle like he did last year, then maybe I will regret that we didn't take Penei Sewell. I would say the only one I regret we didn't take was Javonte Williams. I wanted Javonte real bad, and when he was sitting there, even Najee Harris, I wanted. And then you see that video he put out where Najee was watching the draft and he was super pumped that Waddle got drafted to the Dolphins. And then when the Dolphins took Jalen Phillips, he was like, damn, I'm not getting drafted to the second round. I was like, damn, should have took him. Humphreys, yeah. But Humphreys went when? In the second round? End of the second round, I think Humphreys went to the Kansas City, if my brain is working properly. Doug, do you play any fantasy football leagues? It actually helps your league-wide study of players, but you probably don't have time. I do. I normally do about 2. I try not to do more than 3. This year, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do it with the channel. Because if there's no, when it comes to fantasy football, if there's no incentive, if there's no money, if there's no prize, people don't take it seriously. At some point, they just stop caring. They stop setting their roster and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm still debating how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do one here. But yeah, I do about a minimum of 3 or so. Hey, Doug, do you think Tua has a better year than Burrow or Herbert? I don't know. To try to answer that is I'm either going to sound like a homer or a hater. I do think he's going to have how about this? I'll answer this. I think he'll have a better year than last year by a lot. I think he's going to have a much, much better year than he did last year. Yeah. Doug, have you started a Discord server? I did start a Discord server. I have a Discord server for the Patreons and for the members. I have to start getting members on there. So if you are a member, I'm going to go through and try to get you guys in that Discord server. I do have one going for the Patreons and the members. That's one of the perks of being a Patreon and a member. Hey, Doug, who do you think will be the best rookie receiver this year? I think it's going to be a tight race. I think a lot of people are underestimating Jalen Waddle. I think people think that the Dolphins have a lot of people to get the ball to with Parker, Waddle, Wilson, Fuller, Gazicki, and they don't expect him to do much. When you're the hot hand, Brian Flores loves to get you the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if Waddle has the most receiving yards. Now, touchdowns, that's a different thing, because I think in between the 20s, Waddle is just dangerous, just incredibly dangerous. You get the ball in his hand, he's going to make people miss and just take it to the house. So I think I'll have the most receiving yards. Touchdowns, we'll see about that. Yeah. Behind Waddle, of course. Probably Jamar Chase then. Doug, who is our best player besides X? But people sleep on Byron Jones. People underestimate how good Byron Jones is and how he does really lock down his side of the field. Would you rather take a wide receiver like a Devontae Adams type or two offensive linemen like Mekhi Becton and Jack Conklin? I would rather two offensive linemen, not Mekhi Becton and Jack Conklin. No offense to them. If you guys like them, I think there's better offensive linemen out there. But yeah, I would take two offensive linemen. It's underestimated and underappreciated how much the trenches win you football games. Who are your top 5 players of all time? Probably, that's such a hard question. My lifetime or Marino? I'm just gonna say my lifetime because of all time. I just can't. My lifetime. Marino, Taylor, Thomas, Ricky. That Ricky one's gonna get people. I'm gonna say Chris Chambers. I loved Chris Chambers. Dan the Man, yes, of course, Dan the Man. Doug, when did you get the DDW jersey? I got that last year. Yeah, I got that last year. I was waiting so long for that custom jersey style to be in stock because I like the green throwbacks. I waited over a year. If you guys have been following me for however long you've been following me, I was tweeting it out and all that stuff. And I was waiting and waiting, and finally got in stock, and I got it. That's what I'm going to be wearing when I go to the games. So it's me. Chris Chambers or Devontae Parker? Chris Chambers. All day, every day. Chris Chambers. That number 24 in your Ricky painting, his name is Ray Mickens. I knew it wasn't Darrelle Revis. I knew for a fact it wasn't Darrelle Revis. Doesn't look like him in the picture. It's actually over here. It's right down there. I got to hang it up. I'm going to hang it up here somewhere. Backroom Collections. Check them out. They got a website now. Go get yourself some fantastic artwork. Use the promo code DDW. Use yourself 10% off. Hey Doug, I just bought your DDW shirt. I'll see you at the Jets game in November. I think that's awesome, Alton. When you get it, send me email me or hit me up in the DM on Twitter or wherever. Send me a pic so I can shout you out for supporting the channel and getting yourself some merch. What game are you most excited about this season? There's a lot. There's a lot. And I'm going to say games that I'm excited about, and people are going to be like, why are you excited about that game? I'm excited about the first 2 games because I want the Dolphins to shut people up. I want them to start like they didn't start last year. I want them to go 2-0 and shut people up. I'm excited for the Tampa Bay game. I'm excited for the Ravens game. I'm excited for the Titans game. I'm trying to think of another one. I'm excited for those games because a lot of people don't expect the Dolphins to win those games. And that's why I'm excited for them, because the Dolphins tend to play better at the games that people don't expect them to win. When people expect the Dolphins to win, they tend to lose, aka the Denver Broncos game last year. Everyone thought, the Dolphins are going to win this game and then they'll keep their streak and everything. And yeah. So I'm excited for those games, but the Bills games I'm excited for because those are going to be hard fought games. The Bills are a very, very good team. The Bills are I wouldn't say they're the new Patriots because the Patriots were doing it forever, but the Bills are right now the team that you have to knock off if you want to win the division. So yeah, the Bills game, the Ravens game, Titans game, Bucks game. I'm trying to think of another game. But yeah, games where a lot of people don't expect us to win. That's one. Those are games I'm excited for. I don't think we can beat the Bills. I think the Dolphins could beat the Bills. Any given Sunday, I think the Dolphins could beat the Bills. Look at week 2. That was a shootout. That if the Dolphins could have defense could have caught any of those 3 dropped interceptions, that game could have went any other way. That was a shootout of all shootouts, week 2. So it's very possible for the Dolphins to beat the Bills. Yep, exactly. Tombstone, any given Sunday. I'll be happy for a split with the Bills. Yeah. I could see that happening. I could see a split with the Bills. I could see a split with the Patriots, and I could see a sweep of the Jets again. I could see that exact thing happening again. And then whatever happens with the rest, you know. If Tua wasn't Flores' choice, do you think him and Greer got more time because of how they built a great team and the draft capital they have been able to acquire? Ross was high on Tua before this regime. That's a good question. I think there had to be an understanding. So, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know if he wasn't his choice, but we'll see. Can Tua do it? Vlad, one of my Buffalo Bills subscribers. Yeah. I think that now that he has an actual offseason, I think he'll be more prepared. That one with the $5 donation. Pretty work on the Laird interview. You did a great job. Thank you. And Zach, of course, Zach, for that. Very cool. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, it was talking with Patrick Laird was so cool, down to earth. He started asking me questions, which I thought was really cool. It was really nice talking to him. Hey, Doug, I'm going to get one of your hoodies, but I want to know what color to get. Whichever one you want, bud. I like black, so I have a black hoodie. But when you do, if you guys do decide to get some merch, which is below, be sure to send me a picture of you with it on so I can shout you guys out. When you support the channel, whether it's joining the Patreon, whether it's joining the membership, whether it's buying merch, whether it's donating here, I always want to give you guys a shout out. I always want to thank you guys, and I always want to let everyone know this guy, look at this guy, so always let me know when you do stuff like that, because it's the least I can do for you supporting the channel and having me be able to do this hopefully full time. I don't know if you guys saw it. Tom Grassi just hit 200,000 subscribers. I would love to hit 200,000 subscribers and do this, just this, go down to Miami for training camp and just do this for a living. I'd absolutely love it. I'll see you at the Baltimore Thursday night game in Miami. I'm trying, Kevin. That's the game I'm shooting for. I'd love to go to a night game. Win or lose, we'll have fun. Does X get 10 picks without Byron Jones? Probably not. My voice cracking. Probably not. He got 7 without Byron Jones, and that was when he only played 12 games. So I'm pretty sure with the next 4 games, he possibly could have got another 3. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, 7 without Byron. He got 2 in 1 game. I don't know. We'll see. Look at Vlad out here being unbiased, saying the Dolphins would make the playoffs. I appreciate that, bud. I appreciate that, Chauncey. Is Cameron Wake still playing these days? No. He hasn't officially retired, but no. Do you think we trade anyone? I could think of a few names. All right, I'll list off some names, but these aren't people that I want to trade. Let me make sure everyone knows that. I don't want to trade these people, but I could see these people getting traded. Unfortunately, Xavien Howard, if the contract situation doesn't get settled and he doesn't whatever, I can see him getting traded. Here's a name that you guys some people might be like, what? Devontae Parker. He could get traded. I don't know what we'd get for him, but Devontae Parker. This one, I heard it get floated around, and then when I heard Brian Flores talk about him, I like this guy a lot, and I would be upset if they traded him. But Christian Wilkins, when Brian Flores came out and said we expect him to take the next step, I was like, wow, they probably are he's kind of coasting, and they're probably not liking that. They expected more from him. So that's another name. Those are three I'll give you. If Tua takes a step forward, Miami should win at least 11 or 12 games. I agree. I agree 100%. See, this is what I like. Bills fans, especially Vlad. Vlad's my guy. Subscribes, I think last season. Who are unbiased, you know? Like it. I do. Me too, JD Dizzle. I love Christian Wilkins. I think one of you guys asked me a question who I'd like to hang out with at a bar, and it's Christian Wilkins. I would have a blast with him. But when I heard Brian Flores says he needs to take the next step, I was like, that's not something good you want to hear from your coach. But I think him saying that, and I think getting this offseason under his belt, I think we'll see big things from Christian Wilkins this year. But if I had to name people that possibly would get traded, it would be X, Parker, and Wilkins. Yeah. Do you think we'll go orange or aqua or black helmets in 2022 for our alternate helmet? If they go black, anything, because I've seen the Miami Vice black jerseys and stuff. Better be away games in Buffalo. You wear that, because if not, you're going to set yourself up for failure. Yeah, I did more research, and I don't know if those alternate helmets affect the Dolphins, being that they already have alternate helmets. So I don't know if that's a thing that affects the Dolphins or if they can just wear them more. But yeah, they definitely put pressure on him with some of the signings of free agency. Yeah, especially we'll look at the defensive tackles, because I know they brought in some defensive tackles that, like you said, kind of were like, listen, man, even drafting Raekwon Davis was like you need to do something here, man. Zach Zeeler kind of put a fire under his butt. Adam Butler. They didn't just sign Adam Butler to a 1-year contract. They signed him to a multi-year contract. So, yeah. Toho Finns Nation, two in ear hanging out, bear down. Got a Bears fan in here. What's up, man? No black helmets, but maybe a black face mask or something. It's a possibility. Haven't been this excited since Marino first started the season. The excitement for this season, and I think it's because there's so much promise. There's so much promise with this team. What's up, DJ? How you doing, bud? Like, we're hearing good things, and then we hear bad things, but then we hear good things, and it's like there's so much promise that we're excited to just see it work. But it'll suck if we start 0-2, 0-3, because then all of a sudden that promise and that excitement is just diminished. Alton Tripp with the $5 donation. I'm looking forward to meeting you in November. I'm from Atlantic County, New Jersey, AC, baby. Yeah, man, I'll be at that Jets game. If anything, I will definitely be going to the Jets game. Hopefully everything goes to plan, and me and my dad will be down in Miami for either the Texans or the Ravens game. I'm out here for the Ravens game. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'd like to go to a night's game. I've always gotten to a day game, 1 o'clock game, sweating my butt off before they put the canopy on. Do you see Jalen Phillips getting more than 7 sacks? Possibly. Especially if Emmanuel Ogbah goes off, and then all of a sudden they have to shift their focus to Emmanuel Ogbah. They'd probably put them on the same side. Have Ogbah put his hand in the dirt and have Phillips be that outside linebacker blitzer. Because people forget when he was in UCLA, he did play some outside linebacker 3-4 schemes. So don't be surprised when you go to AC. Doug, I live in South Jersey too. I won't be going to AC. He's my bud is from AC. I'm going to the Jets game up in Meadowlands. I call it the Meadowlands. I know it's MetLife, but I call it Meadowlands. Doug, you talked about possible regression this year. Are we in trouble if offense flourishes while the defense regresses? What scares you the most this year? That's a very good question. Big time. Yeah, because a lot of people think we overachieved last year, which you could say going from 5-11 to 10-6 was a big overachievement. But the fact that we did it with the roster we did with the defense, I think it wasn't an overachievement. I think it was just good, solid coaching. Again, that's why it makes no sense that Brian Flores would be on the hot seat. But there are games this year that could scare you into thinking, oh, they can't beat them. So there is a possibility of a regression, but if the Dolphins are to take that turn, and if the Dolphins are to do what we haven't seen in 20 years, which is be a consistently good team and consistently win and get better, then they will win 11, 12 games this year. That's all I care about. If the Dolphins win 11 or 12 games this year, I consider this season a success. Regardless of what happens, if they win 11 or 12 games, 1 or 2 more games, I consider it a success. And I think that they're going in the right direction. We got a lot of turnovers and a lot of big stops. They aren't easy things to repeat every year. Yeah. Just got to keep at it. Keep at it. Where would you rank our defense? Below average, average, or above average, or elite? This year or last year? This year, I would say above average. I wouldn't say elite yet because you'd be surprised. Yeah, we were very good at getting turnovers and stuff like that, but we still gave up a good amount of passing and rushing yards. So I'd say above average. We're almost elite. We'll see how this year goes. Hey, Doug, how much better do you think our O-line will be, and what are your thoughts on Jesse Davis? I wonder where Jesse Davis is going to play. I'm hearing left guard for Jesse Davis. I'm hearing Solomon Kinley is looking to be a backup. They probably don't like the fact that he didn't lose weight or kind of get in shape. So I'm hearing that the offensive line projection for now is Austin Jackson at left tackle, Jesse Davis at left guard, Skura at center, Robert Hunt at right guard, and Liam Eichenberg at right tackle, or Eckenberg. I'm hearing that's the projected starting offensive line, which doesn't sound bad to me. Jesse Davis is underappreciated sometimes. Hot take: Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills play a third game in the playoffs, and the Dolphins beat the Bills and go to the AFC Championship game. I would absolutely love that, Caden. Absolutely love that. Imagine the Dolphins get swept by the Bills again. See them in the playoffs. Bills think to themselves, nah, we swept them. And the Dolphins beat the Bills. I would absolutely love that. Do you think Marino would have won a Super Bowl back in 1985 against Chicago if they beat New England in the AFC title game? Yeah, because they already beat them during the season. They had their ticket. Don Shula knew exactly how to stop that, like a crazy good defense. So, yeah, definitely. Dolphins would have definitely beat them. And Marino would have got his ring that he so desperately deserved. I think that's going to be the next Mythbuster video. I got a few. Tomorrow's video is going to be the corners, though. That's why this video is only going to be, this live stream is only going to be for like another 20, 25 minutes because I got to record tomorrow's video, breaking down the cornerbacks. It's going to be a good one. How's the gabagool? You guys don't know what gabagool is. It's a very Italian Jersey thing. I'm not Italian. I am Jersey, but I'm not Italian. It's like some type of like cold cut gabagool. It's just it's ridiculous. Thanks for the laugh, though. I appreciate that, bud. What's up, Pete? Do you think AFC East has the worst running backs of all the divisions? I'd have to really. That's a good question. Yeah. I do. I'm like sitting here trying to think because the Patriots have what? Sony Michel. Dolphins have a plethora. Jets have no one. The Bills don't really have anyone. Yeah. Yeah. I think they do. I think they have the worst running backs in the NFL. Yeah. I know delusional Patriot fan disagrees with me because the Patriots can never do anything wrong. All the Patriot players are the best in the NFL. But yeah, I think the NFC East has probably the worst running backs in the NFL. That's funny. Well, the Bills got Singletary, but even Bills fans are saying that their running back core isn't great. I know you guys know who Dan Mitchell is. He even talks about that their running back core isn't that great. Damian Harris, 10 games, 691 yards. Did he break 1,000? Say the same thing for Myles Gaskin. We'll see. AFC East may become AFC West here soon, or even the AFC North. AFC North brought 3 playoff teams. I wouldn't be surprised if 3 playoff teams in the AFC East make the and 3 teams in the AFC East make the playoffs. Patriots, Bills, Dolphins. I could easily see that happening. Why does Chris Sims have Cam Newton ranked 20? Like, does he have a crush on him? Chris Sims, he's just a funny guy to me, in all honesty, because Chris Sims, like, he has, who does he have? He has Mac Jones and some other rookie who hasn't even played a snap of football above Tua. Now, am I saying Tua is the greatest Tua is going to do? I'm not saying any of that stuff. But how are you going to put rookies who haven't even played a snap in the NFL above somebody who already played 9 games? You can say, well, those 9 games sucked, which I disagree. But it just doesn't make sense. I remember when Cam Newton signed with the Patriots, everyone, not only Patriot fans, but everyone was like, Cam Newton's going to take the Patriots to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton everyone better be on notice, Cam Newton. And I made a video. Saying, am I worried about Cam Newton? What did I say in that video? Nope. I said Brian Flores has been preparing to try to stop Josh Allen, who is more mobile than Cam Newton and who has a bigger arm than Cam Newton. I said, I am not worried about Cam Newton signing with the Patriots. It is a null and void to me. And Cam Newton did nothing to the Dolphins. Even week 1, when they won, Cam Newton did nothing. Week 2, couldn't even score. Week 2. What week was that? We think it was week 15. Patriots couldn't even score a touchdown. Cam Newton. Now I'm hearing Cam Newton is injured or something like that. Or he's banged up, and Mac Jones is doing better in camp than Cam Newton. I don't even think Mac Jones is that good. You can call me delusional. You can call me whatever you want. I don't even think Mac Jones is that good. We'll see. I don't even think Mac Jones is that good. Why is everyone sleeping on Gaskins? Dude performed for us until he got hurt. I'm seeing a big leap from him. 100%, Mark. If he never got hurt, I think he was on point for having over 1,200 all-purpose yards. Yeah. Mac Jones looks good in minicamp or when he was throwing screen passes at Alabama, inflating his stats. I'm just saying. I remember when Dwayne Haskins came out in the draft. I said, I don't like Dwayne Haskins. I don't think he has it. I think he's missing something there. And then the draft came, and the Dolphins were sitting there. So was Dwayne Haskins. And everyone's like, Dolphins used to take Dwayne Haskins. We need a quarterback. Take Dwayne Haskins. And we took Christian Wilkins. And everyone lost their mind. Wow, we should have took Dwayne Haskins. Now look at Dwayne Haskins. Not saying I'm always right. And not saying, I'm right about Mac Jones. Because Mac Jones might end up being really good. As of right now, without watching him play in the NFL, because again, he hasn't played a snap in the NFL. He looked really good in minicamp. So did Tua, his second one. I just don't see it. We'll see. Just like I'm saying the same thing for Tua. We'll see. I don't consider what he did, what Tua did last year. He had some bad, he had some good. But this is the year where you know who Tua is. This is the year. Either he steps up or he doesn't. But this is the year. He had an off season. They are predicating the team around him. He's going to get training camp, and he's going to get a preseason. This is the year you're going to see. So, yeah, Mac Jones has an opportunity right now. We'll see what he could do. See what he could do. Mac did better with than Tua with less. I don't think he had less. What, like one wide receiver less? I think he had a better offensive line. He had what? Waddle. He had Devontae Smith. He had Najee Harris. I don't think he had less. I would say like what, one or two wide receivers, but he still had a lot around him. Two wide receivers less. Two wide receivers. See, all right, go back and look at Tua, right? Who are the two top wide receivers that he threw to? Like if I look up the Alabama stats when Tua was there, I bet you he only threw it to two wide receivers. Just like Mac Jones only threw to two wide receivers. So, he did more with less. They had the same amount of talent around them. That's such a bad take on that. $10 donation from EM Baller. If you could take any Dolphin player in history in their prime, not a quarterback, to add to this season to help us win a ring, who would it be? I picked Dwight Stevens to make a nice O-line. Ricky Williams. 100% all day, every day, Ricky Williams. That's who I'm putting there. Because it didn't matter who was in front of him. That man was running people over. Ricky Williams all day, every day. In my opinion, Mac had a better O-line than Tua. You're a Bears fan. You have no bias whatsoever. I agree. How do you think our D-line will do this year without blitzing? Hopefully better. Hopefully we get pressure. Hopefully we get some type of pressure, some type of consistent pressure, because we blitzed 47% of the time last year. 47. That's not, you're taking potential, coverage, you're taking things off the field to get pressure on the quarterback because the front four couldn't get the job done. So you need to take some type of pressure. He's a Bears fan. He has no idea how to. So he's a Bears fan, which means he's in the front office, so he adds the offensive line. Or he's a Bear fan and he's seen bad offensive lines and he knows what a good one looks like. Hey, Doug, not Dolphins related, but can you shout out my fiance, Priscilla? Watches you all the time. Shout out to Priscilla. I hope I said the name right. I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong, but I think it's Priscilla. Let me know if I said it right, but shout out to you. Thank you for watching. I love the Dolphins. No, you don't. No, you don't. You might. Your name is very misleading, but no, you don't. Tua had a good, not great rookie season. He had a good team with a good backup quarterback support. Couldn't say it better myself. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what people wanted. It wasn't Justin Herbert, but it wasn't bad. He just took advantage of a elite defense, or not elite, a very good defense. Mac had a much harder schedule. Well, now you're moving the goalpost. Like, am I really going to have to go and look at their schedules back to back? Well, Mac Jones also played with a lot of opt-outs. Against a lot of opt-outs. Sorry, not with. Against a lot of opt-outs. So he had easier opponents in front of him. He was just moving the goalpost back. Who ran the offense better? Tua or Fitz? Fitz. That's not even a hard question to answer. The guy who ran the offense for 6 years. That's who ran the offense better versus the guy who had what, 2-3 weeks to learn it versus the guy who ran it for 5-6 years. Yeah, it fits all day, every day. Why do you think it was better when he got in there and the defense had to respect him by not blitzing and not pressing the wide receivers? 100%. Hey Doug, do you think will be the best? Hey Doug, who do you think will be the best and the bust out of the Waddle, Chase, Smith? You're putting me in that Waddle situation where I had to name the 3 quarterbacks, marry, kill. I don't know. I'm pulling for Tua, but Mac is better. I disagree. I think Tua is a little bit better than Mac Jones. I think the both of them really it helped that they had great teams around them. But I think Tua has just a little bit more than Mac because I've watched a ton of Mac's stuff and he tends to, on his deep balls, be a little inaccurate on them. And that was my biggest knock on Dwayne Haskins. He was incredibly inaccurate with his deep passes. Mac tend to overthrow or underthrow his deep passes. We saw it at his pro day. So I think he has it a little bit better. If Herbert doesn't have an all-time rookie season, the Tua hate doesn't reach the level it has. Yeah. It's the what we could have had situation, you know? Who wins the 72 in their prime? Not now, obviously. No, it's 72 right now, or this current 2021 team. Does that increase athleticism win, or does the hard-nosed, gritty team win? That's a hard question to answer. For one, because the rules are different back then than they are now, so the 72 team would have to learn how to play a completely different game with completely different penalties, skill sets, all that stuff, motions, audibles. Like it's so hard to answer that. But if you ask me, Don Shula versus Brian Flores, Don Shula is going to win that game. Don Shula will find a way to win that game. Why does everyone defend Tua insanely? I only defend Tua when I hear things that just aren't true. That's when I defend Tua. Like if people commented, and I've agreed with this, like Tua struggled, Tua, stare down his receivers at times, all that stuff. I agree. I'm like, yeah, Tua needs to work on that. When people make stuff up, like when people are like, Tua's gonna suck because he's short. I'm like, he's this taller than Russell Wilson who won a Super Bowl. That has nothing to do with it. That's when I defend him. But if you say things that are true, I have nothing to defend. Mr. Ballgame's in here? I haven't seen Mr. Ballgame was in here. Yeah, he is. No one on this team is stopping Zonka. That's very true. And that's what I'm saying. Don Shula would just figure out what part of our team is the weakest, and he would just exploit the crap out of it and probably just run Zonka down our throats over and over and over again. No, that's not true. Like, again, I'd have to make a full-length video about it and look at the tape of Mac Jones and look at the tape of Tua and then look at the weapons and look at, how many times Tua threw to these receivers versus those receivers. Same thing with Mac Jones. And I'd have to do all these things. And I just don't have the time for that because I have other things Dolphin related. But no, it's not true. This is an opinion. It's not factual. It's an opinion. You can't really, what I'm saying? So no, it's not true. Those hating on Tua are the same fans who call Tannehill trash. Yeah. And for the longest time, and I love that I started the channel around the time when it was the discussion of Tannehill, should he stay or should he go and stuff. Because you can go back and watch me say that Tannehill isn't bad. People come out and say Tannehill's trash, Tannehill sucks, this and that. And I always defended it because I remember when, Brocktober was happening, I was like, you guys are too high on Brock Osweiler when he was throwing 5-yard passes to Albert Wilson and Albert Wilson took it the rest of the way. I'm like, Tannehill will win us these games, not the other way around. And I was saying, Tannehill's good. He's not bad, but he's not going to get us where we need to. I still stick by that. Tannehill went to a fantastic team that had fantastic stuff around him that is helping him because you've seen it. You saw with Kansas City in 2019. They shut down the run game. The Titans lost. You saw it. You take away the things that help elevate Tannehill, he can't put the team on his back like certain teams, like Patrick Mahomes did. You could say, Patrick Mahomes is only good because of the team around him. That Texans game, I think it was 2019, he won him that game. He put the team on his back. Even in the Super Bowl where he was running around like a crazy person, they could not rush the ball if their life depended on it. And he had to get the first down with his leg. He had to make ridiculous throws because his offensive line sucked. Hugh with the $5 donation. Are Jalen Hurts and Tua going to have similar numbers in 2021? We'll see about that. First off, thanks for the $5 donation. We'll see about that because to compare quarterbacks, it's hard because you have to look at the scheme they're in. You have to look at the players that are around them. So it depends on what the Eagles are doing and how much they want him in there. Ian Bowler with another $5 donation. Chris Sims quarterback ranks got Locke over Tua and Mond over Fields and Lance. Who's Mond? To prove people wrong with this great wide receiver / tight end group and better O-line. Yeah. A lot of it has to do with the fact, if I honestly think, this is 100% true. Say in the Buffalo Bills game, right? Tua does not try to do too much. Kalen Mond try to do too much and try to fit the ball in there. They're down by a lot, so he's trying to throw in tight windows when he's not comfortable with it. Say Tua doesn't do that, right? Say Tua in the last week of the Bills game throws for 185, 2 touchdowns with like 54% completion. I don't think this discussion would be happening right now if he didn't throw those 3 interceptions and whatever happened. I think a lot of the discussion would be, the offense didn't happen, but the defense didn't help in that game. So I think, honestly, that if he didn't try too much and try to do too much in that Bills game, it would be a completely different conversation right now from the national media. I think other people will still say, because people were calling for Tua's head after the Denver game, not realizing there's a lot more that went to it. Tua got exposed at Applebee's. That was good. Tua got exposed at Applebee's. Oh, man. They had 13 drops in the Buffalo Bills game. That's the other thing. And I've heard people say this, and it makes me do this. That's my frustration move. Doug, if Miami starts 0-3 with Tua, what would happen? It depends. I've heard this question before, Pete. Okay, Pete. I got a question for you because I've heard this before. Dolphins start 0-3 with Tua. In each of those 3 games, Tua throws for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the defense gives up more points, or a missed field goal is the reason why we lose the game. What would you do with Tua? Each game throws over 200 yards, at least 2 touchdowns, but the defense or a missed field goal loses us those games. What would you do with Tua? Like, I get these questions all the time. We start 0-4, you benching Tua. What if it's not Tua's fault? Like, what? Why would, like, but anyway, back to my face rubbing. So many people are like, well, with two, 3 and out, so many punts. We get the interception, we don't do anything. Did we have a run game? When you don't have a run game, all you have to do is now focus on shutting down the pass. They ain't going to run it on us because they can't run it on us. We don't even need to blitz. We don't even need to send pressure. We don't even need to send 5, 6, 7. We don't need to send this because they can't run on our front 4. So, okay, cool. We just threw an interception. I'm not worried about it. They're not going to move down the field because they can't run the ball. But that's all put on Tua. They can't run the ball. It was put on Tua. The offense isn't moving. Yeah, but if you get put into like a 3rd and 13 because you try to run the ball 2 times and you lose 3 yards, how is that? That's when I start rubbing my face. That's when I start rubbing my face. Bench him. Really? Really? Your quarterback, it's anyone. Joe Schmo from down the block, not even Tua. Your quarterback in 3 straight games, each of the games throws for over 200 yards, a minimum of 2 touchdowns, has over 54% completion percentage, and you lose because of the defense and a missed field goal, and you're benching him? It's not Tua. Take any quarterback. And you're benching him? This is I can't, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna rub my face real quick. Really? Really? All right. I get it. I get if you hate Tua. I get it. I don't get it. But I get it if you hate Tua. But come on. 0-3, that's 2 division losses, win and losses are on the quarterback. Disagree 1,000% with you there, especially because I gave you that scenario, Pete. 100% disagree with you. How is it on the quarterback when I told you that the defense gave up more points and a missed field goal cost you the game? That is not on the quarterback. If he's throwing for over 200 yards, minimum of 2 touchdowns, and a 54 plus completion percentage. That's not on the quarterback. 100% not on the quarterback. Matt with the $10 donation. Thank you for constant effort and being fair to Tua. Americans are obsessed with stats. Dak had great stats because of the trash defense and talented wide receivers and running back, but never win games on games of consequence. That's very true. I thank you for the donation, but I greatly appreciate that. The scenario is good, but 0-3 isn't. You don't bench a quarterback that's playing that well. I'm sorry. You don't bench a quarterback that's playing that well. There's no way. I don't even care that, like, again, I'm not a Tua stan. If the Dolphins traded for Deshaun Watson, if the Dolphins traded for Aaron Rodgers, cool. Let's go. Let's win a game. Whoever's behind center, that's my quarterback. I'm not even Tua stan. But if my quarterback is throwing for over 200 yards a game, a minimum of thank you, Mr. Ball Game. I appreciate that. A minimum of 2 touchdowns a game, and you're benching him. And then the next guy comes in and he goes 0-3 because the defense can't stop a nosebleed. Are you benching him and then putting it? Just no, he doesn't throw an interception. He throws no interceptions in this scenario. That's why I said minimum 200 yards passing, 2 touchdown minimum, no interceptions, and you're benching him. If traded today, what draft pick would Tua get us? Probably a second. He ain't getting us a first. Everyone's so down on Tua. There's no way you're getting a first. There's no way. No way. Benjamin, exactly. Exactly. Doug, there isn't much of a market for corners. Therefore, I believe that Xavien Howard won't be traded, especially at his price. On the other hand, what are the chances he'll hold out during the season? He's going to lose a lot of money if he holds out during the season. A lot of money. So I don't see it happening. Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett. All right. All righty. And Tua doesn't? You're biased, man. Pete's a good guy. Let me just be 100% with you guys. I like Pete. Pete's a good guy, but Pete has a deep hatred for Tua. But Pete's a good guy. I'm being dead serious. I love Pete. Actually, for the first time, if you go, I think it was on TD's channel, I got to talk to Pete for the first time, and it was awesome. I never got to talk to Pete. He's a really good guy. A lot of people think that Pete, is biased and stuff, which it kind of shows, but he's a really good guy. I had fun talking with Pete. Hey, Doug, did you watch the interview Inside the NFL did? I did. It was very good. If you guys haven't, go check out Inside the NFL. It was very good. Very good. I can't wait until Tua shuts everyone up this year. He has to. Because he showed in 2020, right? He showed glimpses of very good things, right? The Arizona Cardinals game, he showed some very good things in that Arizona Cardinals game. In the New England Patriot game, he showed a lot of good things in the Patriot game. There was some games throughout the year, right? He showed some good signs, but then he had some games that were bad, right? The Denver Broncos game, he was out of his element. Vic Fangio was a very good defensive coordinator. He completely knew what to do to mess with Tua, get in his head. Heck, he did it even to Ryan Fitzpatrick, who came in through interception on 3rd and 8 on the 20-yard line, So, and then even the last Bills game, he had to do everything because that offense wasn't moving. The defense couldn't stop anything. It was just a hodgepodge. The Raiders game, he wasn't doing bad, but he wasn't doing enough, if that makes any sense, because they still were 16-3 or 16-13, 13-13 by the time Fitz came in. So, he didn't do bad. Like, again, his rookie season wasn't horrible. I can point out way more quarterbacks who had worse rookie seasons than Tua that ended up being really good. He just didn't do enough that people had too high expectation for a rookie quarterback coming off a severe hip injury, no offseason, no preseason, all that stuff. He needs to get carried by defense. On his rookie year, yeah. 100% on his rookie year. I never thought Tua would be this polarizing. The offense before his hip injury was just inflating this kid. Then his hip injury happened, and everyone thought they were going to get the Tua before the hip injury. So Tua beat Bengals and Chargers. That's all I care about is wins. Yeah. Chad Henne or Chad Pennington? Chad Pennington all day, every day. I want Chad Pennington. Love me some Chad Pennington. I have that right there. Is the newspaper cutout from 2008. That's Chad Pennington there. You can't really tell from when the Dolphins won the division. I'm guilty of the same thoughts. The thing you have to keep in mind is he wasn't ready yet. He wasn't. He should not have started when he started. Should not have started when he started. The only issue was his decision-making, Doug. Will it get better? Hopefully. Rumors are he's stronger now. He's better zip. Hopefully it shows on the field, not only in the weight room. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. This is the year he has to show it. There's no excuses this year. No excuses this year. I wouldn't say Herbert's overrated. Herbert had a very good rookie year. You just got to really hope that people don't pick up on what he did well and shut it down. Because that's what the Dolphins that's what the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Patriots defense did. They found out what Herbert's really good at, and they found out what he looks for and what he thrives doing, and they shut it down. And when they shut it down, it made Herbert look like a nobody. Herbert had horrible games against the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Patriots because those three teams had head coaches that knew how to shut down the quarterback. Thoughts on the running back position? We'll see. Preseason, I'll be able to answer it more in preseason once they get their pads on and they play better. Because right now, with no pads on, you can't really tell with the offensive line, running backs, linebackers, defensive line, all that stuff. Doug, I think we got to get this X contract done or else the team is going to fall apart without him. Our secondary is going to get burned every play. I think that they will. I think this is the time they need to. We'll see. We will see. We in a time machine, having all the info today. We draft in Herbert or Tua. I get this question a lot, and my answer's always been the same. I don't know yet. If you're going off of their rookie seasons, I don't know yet. Because I have seen quarterbacks have lights out elite rookie seasons and then disappear. And I've seen quarterbacks come in and have meh rookie seasons like Tua and all of a sudden took off. If you're going off of a rookie season, you're going to fail because there's a lot more into it. So I don't know yet. Ask me in 2 years. Ask me in 2 years. Screw it. Ask me after this year. How about that? Ask me the question, would I rather take Herbert or Tua after this year? Cat for Life with the $5 donation. DDW, your thoughts on Tua having to endure criticisms from not only select fans, local media, national media, and now his head coach. Is Pete that far off? Far off in what aspect? That if they go 0-3, they'll bench him, even if he plays well? I think so. There's no way you bench a quarterback that is playing really well for you when other aspects of it. Like, if the team is marching down the field and they're about to either get the touchdown or they're about to get in range to kick the field goal to win the game, and your running back fumbles the football and they lose, is that on your quarterback? It's, second and goal, minute left, you're down by 4, your running back fumbles the ball. Is that on the quarterback? See what I'm saying? I know he has, so much criticism on him, but you don't bench a quarterback that plays well. But thank you for the donation. He has dealt with so much criticism. So much criticism. DW answer would be awesome. Would get him more followers. Herbert has kids with a better arm than Tua. So you're forcing me to answer something I don't know. Is that what you're saying? Answer it would get me more followers. If I answer a question I don't know, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying here. DW answer would be whoever would get him more followers. Herbert has a kid with a better arm. Oh, I see what you're saying. So DDW's answer would be whoever gets me more followers because you think I care about the number of followers I have. Oh, you don't know me very well, Scott Jackson, if you think I care about that. But again, I don't come out here and make decisions off of unconclusive evidence. It's 1 year. We'll see. Go back in time. After 1 year, are you taking Andrew Luck, who he did all right. Or are you taking the offensive rookie of the year, RG3? Then all of a sudden you fast forward to now. Screw it. You taking, all right, let's go back in time. Are you taking Ryan Tannehill or are you taking RG3 offensive rookie of the year? Or are you taking Ryan Tannehill or are you taking Andrew Luck? And now you come to where we are now. Those two quarterbacks aren't in the NFL anymore. Well, RG3 kind of is. And Ryan Tannehill is the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans and been to the playoffs consistently. Has nothing to do with if I want more followers or not. I don't give a crap. I love all my subscribers, every single one of them, because they understand where I come from and they appreciate my opinion. Ian Balla with the $2 donations. Texans lost and didn't bench Watson, so why Tua? Texans lost and didn't bench Watson, so why Tua? I'm trying to understand what you mean by that. Texans lost and didn't bench Watson, so why Tua? So why did they bench Tua? Because they wanted to win. Tua wasn't doing it. Tua didn't do what he needed to do. Shout out to Scott Jackson. Hey man, I don't give answers. I don't know. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to give it. I appreciate you, the show. Didn't I answer this one already? Tannehill or Pennington? Tannehill. I'm taking Tannehill in that one. Pennington had durability issues. So I'm taking Tannehill in that one. Hey, Doug, would you rather have in their prime Duper or Clayton? Both. I'd want the Marx brothers back. Herbert is also learning entirely new offense this year as well. The entire offense is new in LA, so we'll see what Herbert does. Exactly. I think Herbert's going to play really well this year. I don't think there'll be any regression with Herbert. And if Tua has a huge regression this year or Tua doesn't play better, then it shows that Herbert was the better option. But we don't know right now. So to make me make a decision right now is just wouldn't do it. Do you agree if Tua struggles again, we need to make a move or give him 3 years? I'm not. It depends. It seriously depends. It depends. I think they'll move on. I think the team will move on. I think if Tua struggles this year and they have an option to get a quarterback, I think they will move on. But also they might stick with him for year 3 because they have 2 firsts in 2023 and can use that to get a first round to get a quarterback. So that's why I mean by it depends. Because if they can get a better quarterback next year, if Tua just regresses and never takes that leap, I think they'll do it. Or they'll give him 1 more year, and if he doesn't do better that year, then they'll use the 2 firsts in 2023 to move on. Ian Baller with another $2 addition. No, I mean about your 0-3 Tua plays great scenario. Gotcha. Thank you, Ian Baller. Did not understand. Joey Harrington or Matt Moore? Matt Moore all day. All day, every day. He can't succeed if he doesn't get a chance. Agree. Agree. What are you going to do the fantasy football sign up with? I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do it. I will let you guys know. It's probably going to happen in August. That's normally when I start announcing the fantasy football is in August. You think Stephen Ross pressured coach staff into playing Tua early? I do think so. I think it ultimately came down to the coach making the decision, but I do think that Stephen Ross and Greer were like, we need to see Tua. Look at the noise we heard from the crowd. We need to see Tua. You can't really evaluate a guy when he wasn't 100%. However, if he struggles this year after being 100%, they will probably look to bring in someone to compete with him. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I get the question from Scott, Because if you go off the rookie year, you're 100% taking Justin Herbert over Tua. If you're going just off the rookie year, it's an easy question. You taking Justin Herbert over Tua. But you're asking me, I don't know yet. Say this year, Tua does way better than Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert has a big regression. You could say, well, that's because Justin Herbert's learning a new offense, and Tua has an offense that he's predicated to. Then all of a sudden, we're making excuses for Justin Herbert, and then all of a sudden, see what I'm saying? So you're asking me a question that I don't think I can answer right now. Give it time, and I can answer it. But right now, I don't think I can answer it. I think they played Tua because he protects the ball, and they had a great defense last year. That is a very good answer, Todd. That is a very, very, very good answer. Tua wasn't going to take the chances. If he didn't feel comfortable in the offense and he didn't feel comfortable making his reads, he's not going to force it. That's a very good answer. And the defense was doing his thing. The defense was absolutely killing it, doing their thing. Very good. That's a good answer, Todd. I like that answer. Ajayi supposedly had no cartilage in his knee, and that's why he fell to the 5th round. Yeah. That's why he's not in the NFL anymore. Right? I don't think Jay Ajayi is in the NFL anymore. All right, I'm going to answer a few more questions for about 9 minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here. It's getting late. It's getting late, my boys. He's not listening. Do you think Laird makes the team this year, week 1? I think so. I think Laird consistently shows that he's a hard worker. He even said it in the interview that that's all he can do, come in and work hard. So, yeah, I think he does. I hope he does. I like Patrick Laird. Doug, remember all the same people said that they won't even look at Justin Herbert. Now look. Doug, remember all these same people said that they wouldn't even look at Justin Herbert? Now look, yeah. Devontae Parker is a bust, 1st-round pick that has only played 1 full season out of 6. See, I could kind of see where you're coming from with bust with that, because he's been here for a minute. Can be our specialty. He played really well, Patrick Laird, at the running back position. He retired. JJ retired. It's because that cartilage in his knee. Laird is out of here. He's the least athletic running back in the room. He's very good at pass blocking, though. We'll see. I hope he makes it. He's a really cool guy. I'm a little biased with Patrick Laird now because I got to sit down and talk with him. So I hope he makes it. Take the travel certificate and game tickets from Laird's auction and come down to the Ravens game. I'm hoping I can make it to that game. Always wanted to see a night game. I don't think Bills win the division. They make the playoffs, but we take the division this year. I bet anyone who doesn't think so. I hope so, Cisco. I hope so. Dokes Browns are good pass blockers as well. Yeah, those are going to be the Brown and Dokes are going to be the competition with Laird. It's going to be those 3, those big guys. I'm pulling for Laird, though. I like my intern. Laird can run some fake punts, too. Yeah, that's true. If Tua plays well, they are not 0-3. This simple. 100%. 100%. If they go 0-3 and he plays well, it's going to be an anomaly. A complete anomaly. Tailgate Doug at Ravens game. I'll probably be walking around. Like if you guys are tailgating, I'll probably stop by, say, hey, what's up? I don't know if I'll be tailgating, but I'll probably come around. Is your seat hot like Flo's? Apparently is. What's up, Anthony? If you guys don't know, I was on Anthony's podcast. I retweeted it, so go check it out on my Twitter. We had a fun discussion on that. Fun fact, DW, I wish you would have asked Laird on your show how it felt to catch Tua's first career pass. I completely forgot about that. I knew he was strapped for time, so I didn't want to hold him too long, and I completely forgot about that. I should have asked him that. But I didn't want to bombard him with too many Tua questions, because I know for a fact Dolphin fans or Dolphin players are probably just so like bored with getting asked about Tua. Yeah, he is the head, the starting quarterback and all this stuff. But he gave me the time to come on my channel. I didn't want to, like, I asked him the 1-2 question, and then I was like, I'm not going to keep asking him about the 2 question. If Flair gets season-ending injury this year, you're not allowed to interview any more players. That's true, because I interviewed Vince Beagle and he got hurt. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that evil on me. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Don't put that evil on me. Oh my God. The first 3 games are extensions of the preseason with the starters playing full-time reps. Don't expect this team to light up the scoreboard early. It won't happen. It normally takes about, like ball game said, 3 or 4 weeks for them to really get it. Yes, you did, Sean. You won that. I emailed him. So if he gets back to me, I'll tell you what he said. I emailed Patrick Laird. I let him know that you won it. We'll see what he said. Looks like Albert Wilson has a great shot at making the team. Yeah. And I was saying that he really fits what Tua can do in that offense. So it's gonna be fun to see. 50 Cal with the $5 donation says, "Hey man, big fan, Dolphin fan from Atlanta. What are you most excited about for this season?" Thanks for the $5 donation. I'm excited to see what Tua can do. Now, this excitement is either a good thing or a bad thing, but I just want to see what he can do with a full off season, with understanding the playbook and all this stuff. And I'm excited to see what the defense can do. But now I'm a little nervous with the potential of not having X there. I wish you could get Tua on your show. I'm trying. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. I reached out to a few Dolphin players. The reason why I got in touch with Patrick Laird was because of Zachary. So I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to get as many Dolphin players on as possible. I don't know if I'll be able to get any big names, but I'm trying. Don't be surprised if the starters are Fuller, Wilson, and Waddle, not Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker struggling with the playbook. That's what I'm saying. Ball game, you see a potential of Devontae Parker getting traded? Because that's what I'm saying. What do you think about the new throwback uniform rules? At first I was like, oh, cool. Maybe we'll see, more. But I don't think it really, is affected by the Dolphins. Said, yep. I agree. Like I said, he's one of those names. He's one of those names that I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded. Especially, Mr. Ballgame saying, struggling with that playbook. That's why he met up with Tua. Tua had to show it to him. And if Tua's showing you the playbook, that's a problem. I didn't make the joke. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. It's getting late. It's what? 10:30. I'm going to get out of here. I'm about to record tomorrow's cornerbacks video, breaking down the cornerbacks camp battle. Then it's safety, and then we're done. So if you are a member or if you are part of the Patreon, you will see this video as soon as I'm done shooting it and editing it tonight. But thank you guys all for hanging out. Thank you guys for getting this video over 200 likes. If you can, hit a like before you get out of here. Yes, I have to go take care of the baby. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I think I'm going to do this on Sundays, maybe even Fridays, but I like doing it Sunday night. But I will see you guys tomorrow. And to all the Patreons and the members, you guys will see it as soon as I'm done. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.